this computer. Okay. All righty. Well, you're gonna have to refresh me where you are and
Okay.
what we need to get done here. And I will
Okay.
take notes.
Just a refreshment. Let me share my screen.
Okay, I think I have it set where you can. So let me know.
Perfect. So can you see my screen? I know it's still loading and stuff.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I am basically working through chapter 2.
It says that I've got you.
Do I need to try it again? Because sometimes I have to stop and share again. Let me do it.
I've clicked that you can.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, so I'm working with chapter 2, taking a lot of the things we talked about. I still have to go through and edit. So those are the things that I think you saw a little bit last time. I've added different sections.
Okay.
So you'll start seeing the subsections in blue. I left it red because I have to go back and just see if I want to keep that subtitle the same. And so I've made like a lot of notes and things on there. So I'm powering through that. I'm going to go back through and edit that before I send it to you. Of course, I am rolling into my last my last section.
Right.
Which is mental health training and professional developed educators. So that's where I am with that one. So I said, you know what, as I wrap up my last section, I want to talk to you about chapter 3.
Okay.
So I would kind of have an idea of what you're expecting and what you're looking for, so I can work with you in mind, so to speak, if that makes any sense. So any clarity you can kind of help me with on chapter 3, so I can kind of make those notations before I go through and fill those things in.
Okay. So you tell me, can we go back to your research questions?
Yes.
Because your research questions should kind of drive your methodology.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. What are teachers' perspectives on mental health professional development? What are teachers' perspectives on their experience with mental health crisis in the classroom? And what are teachers' perspectives on the barriers preventing teachers from being effective?
I think we want to change one of the words from perspective to something else. I haven't done that yet, but you did make notations. I think of the word perspectives. I think you wanted to change. So
right, okay, because we got it over and over and over. Yeah. Maybe just like a number 2, just what our teachers experience with mental health crises in the classroom. Not perspectives, but what are their experiences?
What are teachers' experiences? Mental health crisis in the classroom setting, right?
Yeah. Okay. So as far as your methodology, have you taken a qualitative methodology class?
We did the applied statistics class, and it's another one we did. I think it was quantitative and with Dr. Joseph. Is that who you're talking about? He usually teaches the statistics class.
Usually teaches the quantitative, like the numbers where you're looking at statistics and stuff. So you want to talk to teachers, public school teachers, and you want to stick with one district or?
Yes, I would like to do it with the charter school that I'm already working at currently. Okay. Because their application process to talk to teachers is very simple, very new, nothing that will require, it to go to a committee in order to be approved.
Okay, and you know a lot of them and so on.
Yeah, and I'm their district counselor, so.
Yeah, okay. And it's like, do you want to use a mixed method, like where we use some quantitative and get the numbers, and then we hone in on the teacher's experiences. Like you could do, hey, I'm going to interview every student or every teacher at my school and a few others.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to find out of 100 teachers in my district,
Mhm.
how many of them have any mental health training,
Yeah.
at what level, and then how many of them have experienced crises in the classroom, how frequently. And then from the ones, just select a random whoever, 10 or however many you can get, and then do the interviews or focus
Mhm.
groups or something like that, to find out what they feel like. Why didn't they get more
Yeah.
health training, or why didn't they feel prepared for the crises that they keep experiencing in the classroom or something. So it seems
I
to me like
did
maybe you
mention
want to mix methods, but I don't know.
when you say mixed methods, I'm understanding you to say you're going to ask or have interviews, have surveys, but then you're going to present a chart of your findings. Is that the mixed part about
When
it?
I say mixed, I'm saying that we're going to get a big group and try to analyze what percentage of teachers have zero training,
Mhm.
small, limited training, lots of training,
Mhm.
or whatever. We're going to look at the big group and get some numbers and statistics on how much training they're getting. We're going to get big numbers on how we're looking at numbers. So this is
Right.
quantitative.
Got you. Anything dealing with numbers at all, of course, is going to be quantitative. So
Yeah,
if it was a qualitative study, it would not summarize it in numbers. It would keep everything in just this is participant one's perspective.
yeah.
Got you.
So, and if you mix the methods, then you're going to have some big numbers. And I think that maybe we want the big numbers because it proves the need for the investigation of,
More.
yeah.
I because this school district is very small, I think I think we may have 40 to 50 core,
Uh,
or if we want to include fine arts, maybe about 60 teachers total for the
okay.
entire,
Okay.
district because they're small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, do we have statistics, like other studies that show us that teachers don't get the training? I mean, it's been a long time now.
Right.
Slept a few times since I read your.
Yeah. You and me both. No, I'm just kidding. I think that there are some that talks about mental health training. I found one that was pretty much right on target to mine. And so I think I have to go back and look, but I think we have some data there because it was right on target with some of the things that I personally wanted to say.
So
So
if
I think
there's
they
a
did the
paper
same
out there
study.
that has the numbers, then
Hmm.
based on these numbers, we need to see what the barriers are. And
Okay.
yeah. So it seemed like in those questions, the first two seemed more quantitative. So we may want to go change the research questions to maybe
Mixed.
how prepared do teachers feel? Um,
The first question was, what are teachers' perspectives on mental health professional development?
yeah, yeah. Do you see the difference between how prepared do they feel to face the mental health crises? Uh, what's their, what's
Hmm.
their experience with mental health crises in the classroom, and then how prepared did they feel to face the.
Got you. Let me go back up and I say it feels like I just saw those questions.
There we go. So what if we started with number 2 as our first one? What are teachers' experiences with mental health crisis in the classroom setting? And then a second question, how prepared did they feel?
So are you saying
Deal with it.
get rid of number one, or we're just saying
Yeah,
try
I'm
to
saying
reword
get rid of it for just because, well, when you ask their perspectives, are we asking
their thought process, their opinions?
I mean, to me, the question is, was I prepared for it, or was I like, I don't know what to say and what to do?
Got you.
To me, that's what's important.
It looks like from this question, we're asking what are their overall thoughts about mental health, but instead we need to ask what were their feelings about
how prepared they were. Yeah, because I think a lot, I'm thinking like teachers that graduate and it's their first year in school. A lot of stuff happens that they don't know what they're doing.
Can you rephrase that again for me? How or
yeah, maybe make it in question 2 though. Find out first.
You worded it earlier. I was trying to capture your words again.
How well prepared or how prepared do teachers feel to deal with emotional or with mental health crisis in the classroom? How prepared do teachers feel to handle emotional and mental health crisis?
Are we taking out emotional?
Yeah, probably.
Mental health crisis.
Or even maybe recognize and handle. Is part of it that if they would recognize, oh, this is actually.
How prepared do teachers feel? How prepared were teachers in recognizing
and dealing with, or maybe that's a separate question. What are their experiences with mental health crises?
I think number 2 is kind of the same thing. How did they deal, or what was their experience? So how?
Yeah, you want to know like the frequency. What are their experiences? It happens once a week, once a month.
Do I just put frequency in question mark, or do I need to create a whole other question?
Yeah, frequency and intensity, maybe. Barriers preventing teachers. What do you feel like your answer is going to be? What are barriers?
I feel like it's going to be either their teacher prep program, the school district, or lack of resources, anything like that. It's probably what you're going to get as barriers.
It's a from basically.
Yeah. What are teachers' perspectives on mental health priority, or do we want to leave number 3?
Mental health not being a priority would be a barrier.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, why are there 750 students to one school counselor?
Tell me about it. That's my ratio right now.
Yeah. It's not valued. It's not prioritized.
It's not. So do we leave number 3 as is?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know what they think.
Yeah, definitely so. Are you satisfied with the way the questions are stated currently?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So those are our questions. How prepared are
taking a picture of it with my cell phone?
Crises, how often? And then why do you think they are not getting? Because it's like, when you start asking them questions in your survey, you'll create a semi-structured survey of some sort. This is what I want to ask. And then, if somebody gives an interesting answer, then you ask more questions about that one. But, you want to find out, was it offered to you? Were you offered anything and you just didn't do it? Or they never even offered it. And
I have a question. For those educators that I have basically befriended through my years in education, am I able to survey them, or do I have to get permission from the district?
I think if they're a teacher and you know them, then you go for it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Because I see people post to like social media, hey, I'm a doctoral student. Teachers, can you please fill this out? And you think to yourself, do they need to get permission, or is that
They got
okay?
permission from their school, and you'll get permission from HBU to ask teachers.
Oh, okay. So HBU gives them permission to ask teachers in the entire population. It does not matter where those teachers are.
Well, generally, you're going to state, I would just state in your IRB application,
Mhm.
you'd like to find a set number, 10,
Right.
15 or whatever, teachers, certified teachers working in the state of Texas currently. And then
Now, I do want to mention that because I work at a charter school, there are teachers who are not certified.
that's true. That's true. So that means they didn't go through a teacher's preparation.
Prep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's an interesting. I would definitely try to get a balance of those who are not certified and those who are certified, and see if there's a difference. Because if the certification process didn't help, then wow.
I know. So do I find only certified? Give me just a
I
second.
would find both. Yeah, I would definitely find both. It'd be
Hey,
very.
Mr. Willis, I'm sorry. A parent pulled me in on a phone call. Can you give me 5 minutes and then I'll click in? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes, my son Johnny has been.
You're like, hey, I'm doing a meeting. Call you back. Can't. So
Gotcha.
just trying to juggle,
Yes,
whatever that
I
word
know.
is. But as far as chapter 3,
So I would go back to whatever textbook you used for qualitative analysis.
mm-hmm.
You're going to be doing qualitative. It's generally going to be Creswell or Onweg Boozy, and I don't have my qualitative stats textbook here at home in my office, but surely you have a textbook by Creswell or somebody.
Yeah, I know I rented it during that class. That's the newest thing. We rent the textbooks for that time period.
Yeah.
If I do mix, is that a different author?
Well, no, they would both have it. I don't think you're going to do mixed anymore. I think now you're just doing qualitative.
Got you. Okay.
So you just need to find quotes on qualitative and why. Probably it'll be a methodology would be a phenomenological. You're trying to find out what's the teacher's experience, opinion. So look up everything you can on phenomenological, if you can say it, then
Okay, well, I will definitely check back in so I can send you chapter 2, and then of course if I have questions for chapter 3, then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
But I think
do have a qualitative textbook that I could let you borrow as long as you promise to get it back to me, because I need it for every dissertation.
If not, just text me the name. Okay. And like I said, I'll try to see if I can rent it, and sometimes it's not an expensive price. So
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.
All righty. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.